Hey, we're going to get rolling here this week, and man, oh man, we sure have some volatility to start off this week's trade. When I did the opening calls on Sunday night, I thought things could have been a little bit weaker in here just because of the past weekend's rain events, but also acknowledging that we probably can have some support underneath this market. And then when you look at Monday's trade, we didn't go down on the good weather, and we didn't go down with the lower equity markets. And all of a sudden you add a little bit of support, and then you throw in some tweets from the Pro Farmer Crop Tour that the crop is a little bit disappointing out west, and dropping crop ratings, and all of a sudden this market runs up, and we get a pretty good rally in here. So now it comes down to, what do we do? We've always cautioned on don't get too bearish on breaks or bullish on rallies. So let's look at a Dec Corn chart here quick. Or excuse me, I have a fence strategy that I want to show us for a Dec Corn chart. We talked before on past webinars on considering a fence position where that buys a put and gives you a price floor, and we sell a call and have a price ceiling above it. You can see in front of you some advantages and disadvantages of that. But now we're going to look at a Dec Corn chart and want to show you how this can potentially work. You can see with today's rally on Dec Corn, we've pushed up near that 660 area, and the highest trade we've had on Dec Corn in nearly 2 months. So how would a fence position work? We're looking at Dec Corn today at 660. If we buy a Dec 630 corn put at 28.5 cents, and then we would look at selling the $7 call against it, also at 28.5 cents. The one thing with the volatility and the up move in the market, calls tend to be more expensive than puts. So the put, where you have your price floor, is 30 cents out of the money, where your ceiling is 40 cents out of the money. As a producer looking for price protection, you can use this to your advantage. Here's that same Dec Corn chart right now. And what we did here, though, is we put some horizontal lines showing where our price floor and our price ceiling would be in place. Now, a disadvantage to this type of position is you're not getting any real coverage until we get below 630. But an advantage is if the market goes to $7 or above, you can still capture up to $7 on the Dec Corn. We think when you look at putting a fence position in place, the best times to do it are on big up days in the market if you're looking for some price protection. As we want to wrap up in here today, we got to say, just don't get too bearish on breaks or bullish on rallies. We think it's most important to reward rallies with cash sales. Okay, but if you don't want to do some cash, you want to consider a fence position. The other thing is we think, we're getting close to looking ahead to 2023 and getting started. We got Dec 23 corn above $6, and November 23 beans pushing to $14 in here. Over the last 6 months, or since the invasion of Ukraine by Russia, we've talked about outside markets influence. It seems now that the outside markets don't have as much influence on the ag markets. And if we look towards the war, about the only thing that's still hot is the natural gas market. As today it traded above $10, and this is the first time it's traded above $10 since 2008. We brought up a fence position. It's a strategy to consider. We're not saying it's right for everyone. We think the market early this week is finding support from the crop tour, but if they find better crops as you move into Illinois and Iowa, you probably could see a midweek high in here, come tomorrow, and then the market settle back a little bit. Right now, sitting here at noon on Tuesday, you got to give this week's edge to the bulls and see if we can push above some moving average levels. We'll update you on our daily advisory report tonight. And the other thing this week is I'm going to be out of the office. My son and I are heading out west to look at some cattle, and so we're going to look at cattle for him. And I figure maybe doing a little crop tour as well. So I'm probably going to try to bring you another a video or two from the countryside here this next week.